Hi everyone, it's Karli Reese and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reading your guys' confessions. If some of you guys don't understand the concept of this video, you basically just ask strangers or your following to send in their confessions, and I'm going to be reading them and just discussing them with you guys. So I've already taken a peek and there's some juicy confessions in here, so let's get right into the video. Alright, so this one is, I accidentally told my sister that my parents are getting divorced. So based on the context, it sounds like your parents are getting divorced and you somehow know about the information. Like, I don't know if they told you or you found out and your sister doesn't know. And my honest reaction on this is I'm actually glad that she found out. I mean, I don't know her reaction or anything like that, but personally, if I was the sister and my parents were getting divorced and like my other sibling knew about it, I would hope that they would tell me. I just feel like that information is like necessary for like a child to know that like their own parents are getting divorced. So honestly, I think that confession is a good confession. Like, I think it's good that you accidentally told your sister, but hopefully everything works out for you guys and she wasn't too upset when she found out. I told my professor that I couldn't make it to class because I was at the vet putting my dog down when I actually went with my friends to go see the new Minion movie. I mean, we all use excuses day to day. That's like a pretty harsh, sad excuse to use. You could have literally said like anything else. I don't know. I don't think it's like that deep. Like, it's not like that bad, but like that's just like a really crazy excuse. Moving on. I lost my virginity to my sister's ex-boyfriend. I wonder how you even got yourself into that situation, because like you knew it was your sister's ex-boyfriend and like you still ended up like somewhere with them and you still had the choice like to have sex with them or not, and you still did. Personally, in your situation, I don't know what I'd do. I would obviously find a way to tell my sister, because like that's just like kind of crossing the line like between y'all's relationship. I think you definitely need to tell your sister. Like, that is definitely something you should not hide from your sister, because eventually it's gonna come out one day, whether if she finds out or not, or someone else tells her, like the ex-boyfriend. So you should tell her now when you have the chance. I think it's better for her to hear it from you than someone else, so you should definitely tell her. I was talking to a guy, but I started liking his best friend and now we are talking. Am I a bad person? No, I do not think you're a bad person, because the whole talking stage is literally just experimenting with one another. I don't think talking though means like you should talk to like 50 guys or girls at once. Like, I still think there should be like some sort of loyalty there, but I don't think it's anything official yet. You know, it's just like you two testing the waters, seeing how you work together, seeing if you want to date, you know, like pursue things. So what I have to say is you and this guy tested the waters, you know, you were seeing how you guys react together, and it just so happens that you met a person that was better for you through him, which is probably very unfortunate for him, because he's probably like, wow, she left me for my friend. But also, if you guys weren't anything serious like dating or anything like that, then like it should be something very easy for him to get over, because, you know, it was never anything serious. You guys were just testing the waters and seeing if you fit well together, and you just so happen to find someone else. I'm 18 and have never had a boyfriend or even been kissed. I've actually seen this same thing on here quite a bit, where people will be like, I'm this age and I've never had this experience before or anything like that, and it is totally not a big deal at all. I know like for you, you may feel like insecure because so many people out there who are the same age as you have had those experiences. I personally don't think it's a big deal at all. It's honestly better to wait till you're older and like more mature to like kiss people and have boyfriends and stuff like that, because you'll just make better decisions and have less regrets and stuff like that. So I actually think this is a good thing more than a bad thing. I would say for you, you should just be patient and not try to force things, because if you do try to force things, things might end up going badly, and you should just let things happen how they're supposed to. I used to have over 20 traffic cones in my spare bedroom. I live in like a small town, right? So this isn't like new news to me. There's so many just like guys and girls in this area. I would say not so much now as it was like a couple years ago, but everyone used to steal like signs, like speed limit signs, stop signs, road signs, and traffic cones. And I've never understood like why. But yeah, I'm not surprised by that information. I used to have this friend who used to have like this massive traffic cone like in her bedroom. Yeah, this is a weird one, but I've been familiar with this before. I hooked up with my co-worker for a little bit. there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you just so happen to have a coworker that you get along with, so I see nothing wrong with that. As long as it's not affecting like your work world, then I think everything's okay. I squatted and fully peed on my girlfriend's rug when I was blackout drunk, and they knew. All I have to say is, in the moment and the next day you were probably like really embarrassed, but like long term, like that's such a good memory to have. Like, I know it's weird, but you're gonna be like, hey, remember that one time when I peed on your rug? And it will just be funny. Like, it might be fresh and embarrassing and weird now, but like long term, I think that's gonna be a really funny joke. Okay, so this one's kind of long. When I was 10, my PE teacher at the time only allowed one student in the restroom at a time. Which already, that does not make sense to me. I don't get that. After asking and being told that I couldn't go, I peed on the floor, and once the girl got out, I went into the bathroom hoping that no one noticed, and when I went back, they were trying to figure out where it came from, but I didn't have the guts to come forward. So basically, you had to pee really bad, and you weren't allowed to use the bathroom because there was another girl in the bathroom, which doesn't make sense to me. Like, if there's more than one stall, I don't get the problem. Like, why can only one girl go pee at a time? If I were you and I had to pee really bad too, I would pee on the ground, you know? But the covering up part, honestly, who wouldn't have done the same? I don't think if someone was like, who peed on the ground, I'd be like, I did. So I would hide it too, so you are valid for hiding it. My boyfriend's sister and I don't like each other. I would say it's really not that big of a deal unless it's like causing problems between like you and your brother's relationship and their relationship, like the couple. But if it is, then I think it's something that maybe you should talk to your brother about and maybe try to fix some things and like better your guys' relationship. I would like to hear more information about this because I'm really curious as to why like you guys don't get along. Like, is it because something happened, or is it just because like first impression, like you guys haven't liked each other? Because if that's how it is it was a first impression thing, then maybe you guys should try to like talk it out, or maybe like go do something without your brother involved, and maybe you guys can create a relationship, because it's actually really fun having a good relationship with like your siblings, significant others. I would say if there's no like crazy bad situation that went on, that you guys should give each other a chance. I did the deed with my best friend's cousin and she doesn't know. I would say that there's really nothing wrong with that, but I could see why your best friend would be upset based off like the relationship that her and her cousin have. You know what I'm saying? If her and her cousin are super close and they're kind of like protective over each other just because that's like their relationship instinct, then I can see why she would be upset about that. But other than that, I feel like there should be really no reason why she would be upset, just because like, you know, it's her cousin, like she should want you guys to be happy. So maybe that's something you should talk to her about and explain it to her, because sometimes people think that people are going to be really mad at things and then they turn out not to care. She could possibly not care at all, so maybe you should just talk to her about it and see how she would feel. Because I don't think you should hide things from your best friend, especially if it involves like their family member. Like, you should just always be open and honest to your friends and your family and everyone in your life. Like, there's no reason to hide things, because the longer you wait to tell them and then like they find out at some point, they're gonna be so much more mad. Like, they would be less mad if you just told them right now. Someone said that I know I'm toxic. So it's actually a great thing that you're like self-aware. I feel like everyone who has been in like a toxic relationship can like admit to themselves that like they have been toxic in moments. So for you to admit that, that is really good. And the fact that you know that means that like you can move forward from that and try to change. Because I think the only way that you're going to be able to like move on and change is that like if you're able to admit it to yourself. So if you're like, I'm toxic, I need to change, then you can start taking steps forward, versus like, I'm not toxic, I don't have to change anything. Sometimes I do drive-bys past my boyfriend's apartment to see if he's lying about what he's doing. Based off that, it seems like you have trust issues with him, and obviously those stemmed from somewhere, because why else would you be like spending the time to drive by his house to see if he's lying? So maybe y'all need to have a conversation or figure things out, because there's obviously like a lack of trust, or else like you wouldn't be driving by his house. So maybe y'all need to figure that out. A lot of these are about having sex with like your sibling's friend, your best friend's brother, like I don't know, just people in relation to you. I had sex with my brother's friend during his birthday party in the friend's car. So I would hope by now that that's something you guys have both admitted to, because it is his friend and you are his sibling and it was on his birthday. So that's like several reasons why like you should tell him. Again, I feel like this also matches with the things I've said to previous responses. You just need to tell him. That's all I have to say is you need to tell him, because he's gonna find out. So just tell him. This will be the last one. I always tell myself and others that I'm not the hookup type, but let's be real, I am and I do. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, hooking up isn't bad. I know there's been like so many labels put on females over the years about like hookup culture and stuff like that. Like there's such a double standard. Like if a man hooks up with so many girls, like he's cool, but if a girl does, like she's a hoe or a slut or whatever. I think you should do whatever you want. People are always going to have something to say about what you do, so you might as well just do what you want anyways, you know. I think we're all people and we all want different things, so if you enjoy hookups or if you don't, you know, do whatever you please and just don't think about what other people are going to say or think about you, because honestly, who cares? Their opinions are irrelevant about you. My confession is this cat is so annoying, and the entire time during this video I had to cut out so many things because she won't stop bothering me. Oh, there's cat hair on my face. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. It's gonna be okay. This song could go out. We're gonna be